Hello! Welcome to this sketchbook tour. Move that out of the way. Welcome to this sketchbook tour. What a sketchbook this is. I tried filming this video, at the beginning of September. It's like the end of September right now. But I was planning on filming it on Labor Day, but then I got sick and couldn't film it, which was like extremely a big sabotage towards me. That was so messed up. That was really messed up. And so I couldn't film it because I sounded really bad. So I tried like a week later to film it, but it was like I wasn't home by myself, and I typically like to film these when I'm home by myself so there's no background noise. And also because this sketchbook is kind of more personal, like just so much stuff happened while I was like doing this sketchbook that like I needed it to be no audience. I'm sorry, I just heard a squirrel like right outside my window and it was like real close. I think it's trying to get inside. So it was just weird. It was just weird not being home by myself filming it, and I wasn't like as loud as I wanted to be, and also I was still kind of recovering from being sick. So like every like few sentences I had to like cough, and I started sounding pretty bad by the end of it, and it was just like, man, this is just kind of, it feels like a mess, and I feel like I need to redo it. So I've been waiting for a time that I could redo it, and today is that day. Today is the time. Today's the day. It is September 29th today, and I'm very fortunate. I work in a financial institution, and I had a half day today. So today's the day. I'm home by myself for the next like hour or two, so I'm at least the next hour or two, so I should be so good. Okay, so this is the sketchbook. I'm sorry if the camera wobbles. I had a very precarious setup for my phone. I had like a box of markers and then a phone stand and then my phone like on the very edge of that. So it was already a precarious setup, but now I got like an actual tripod that my phone is on, but the tripod is still kind of flimsy and shakeable. So I want to get another one before I film my next sketchbook tour. That's like maybe one that like clamps to my desk. That one will probably still shake, but I imagine it'll be more secure than this one. So yeah, sorry if it shakes. It is a better setup than my last couple sketchbook tours though, so I'm grateful for that. So, okay, let's just get into it. First, I know last time I did a Copic marker check. I think I've done it repeatedly. So I actually I sewed a new, I didn't film anything about doing this. I sewed a new case for them. Here's the legs, back at it. It's just so cute. It's just so cute. I love these fabrics. I love the color combos of like pink and blue and green, and the inside is pink too. And yeah, all of my Copics are in here. I also stopped separating my Copic markers from my other markers, so there's more than just Copics in here. There's like the Joanne brand. RIP Joanne. I used to work there. I worked there until our very last day. I was there on our last day. What a sad day. That's part of the lore of this sketchbook as well. So anyway, I got a little bit of everything in here. Everything's in here. And yeah, and it's huge. This is bigger than my last pencil case because I had so many Copic markers that I had to make it bigger. And then I made it so big that I was like, well shoot, all my markers can fit in here. So now they do. It's like a duffel bag. So full of markers. I love it. I didn't use my Copic markers or alcohol markers period very much in this sketchbook because I started to do both sides of the pages and I didn't want to have to deal with covering up the alcohol marker on one side of it, so I just didn't use them. Okay, so we're gonna get right into it. First, of course, we get to look at the stickers on the cover. There's a little bit of everybody here, a little bit of everything. So, I love the sticker layout here. That's so cute. So here's Plate of Crest did this one. I know Bat Soup did these two here. This is obviously Lisa Frank sticker. These were from this one, and this one. Were from it, and that one too. From Joanne branded sticker books. R.I.P. Joanne, I miss her forever. Well, that was from a Joanne sticker book. These are from the teenier ones were from just like various like sticker packs that were from like AliExpress or some shit. Oops. Something. And we did it. First swear of the video. Put it up. This was my I voted sticker because I did voted. Can you imagine how I feel right now? You can imagine who I voted for, can't you? So, okay. And then this is tootling art on Etsy. I love that sticker so much. That is so awesome. I forget who did this one because I just don't know who did the Germa stickers. I will put their name up here because I don't know it. And they also made these. These were from like an extra sticker sheet that came with the Germa stickers. But yeah, that's the cover. We'll get into it. So I made this here. When Joanne closed, we were selling everything that was in the classroom, and I bought like a sticker maker, and it's like a really interesting kind of sticker maker because it transfers stickiness onto the back of whatever you put through it, but it doesn't put like any layer over the top. It literally just makes it sticky. And so I made this sticker, and I was like, oh my goodness, it's so cool, so I put it in here. Okay, let's get into it. This was the first page. So I tore, like, the pages were they were stuck together where the tape was, and I ripped it open because I hated that. So it's probably not what I was supposed to do because you can see like that in there, but I don't care. I don't like them stuck together. So I drew Laios with wax pastels, and then this is my OC, my Beastman unicorn character Ilya. I drew this with Crayola colored pencils. Can I test the light real quick, guys? I don't know. I don't know what's better. I think we'll keep the natural light for right now. I drew this with Crayola colored pencils with like a set of pastel colored pencils I bought, and I love it. I love how that looks. So pretty. Okay, and now we start getting into the double-sided. I didn't like start doing the double-sided until like a few pages in the future, so a lot of the times you'll see like a spread of pages, but like I will have done them on completely different days. Like this one I did on January 25th, and then this one I did on Valentine's Day. So, you know, I'll just come back and fill them in as I go. That happens a lot. You'll just have to pay attention to the dates at the top, really, if you want some real context, because I will date everything I do. So, this is my OC Cersei. I freaking love Cersei. This is Cersei when he was younger. He's like, just a guy. I love that guy. I love this guy. I need to draw my characters more because I love them so dearly, and I was in the process of starting to get more into making the comic that they're in, and then just life happened and I took a break, and I kind of want to get back into it, but I also know like I have a full-time job now, which I didn't have a year ago. I didn't even have a full-time job 6 months ago. Like I've been working part-time my entire working life, so I'm busy. I'm so busy, but I really want to make a comic. It is like my dream to do it, so I really need to lock in. Figuring out the story of it is such a thing. Like I have ideas. Obviously, to make a comic you have to have ideas, but I haven't like put them all together in a way that pleases me, and I'm working on that. But I have the characters, so that's good. I love Cersei. I love that guy. And here's Basil. Here's Basil and Cersei kissing. Basil is also another one of my characters, obviously. Basically, in my story, there's like a group of people. They're like in a cult, kind of, but it's like a good cult. I don't know if y'all know what I'm picking up what I'm putting down, but I like cults are one of my like interests, kind of. Like it's not like a special interest because I haven't gotten that in depth about it, but I am interested in them and how they work. And I did an essay when I was in high school about cults, and like it was an argumentative essay, and I wrote it about how cults are not necessarily bad, and that there's like a really bad rep around cults. So I kind of put that into my story, because honestly, most cults, in quotes, I know that word sounds like so crazy, and it's because there's such a stigma around them, because they have been stigmatized by mainly, like, you know, the biggest religion in the world, wink wink, Christianity. They have demonized anything that isn't Christianity, but a lot of cults are just like small groups of people that get together and they just like have a shared spiritual belief, and it's really nothing bad or crazy or weird or really anything like that. So it's just that. It is just that. They're not weird, they're not crazy, they're not like hurting people. It's just people coming together and they believe the same thing. So they're a cult. This is Basil from the cult. That was Cersei from the cult. They're based around, like, I think, I'm trying to remember, did I draw her in the sketchbook? I think I did. There's a little girl who's the focus of the cult. She is basically like their like prophet, I guess. It's not like she tells the future or anything, but she has the ability to like see spirits or see ghosts or see souls or whatever. Even though she is blind. So she is like their I don't want to say she's really their figurehead, but she's like she's the little girl that they love. And Cersei is really like the leader of the cult. He's the one who does the preaching, he's the one who does all of that, and he's like, I call him like he's my little Jesus. Like, everybody, like, I'm not saying that everybody loved Jesus, I know, but everybody now loves Jesus. Everybody's like, he is such a guy, you know, and he is such a guy. Cersei's such a guy. He, you know, he helps people. He's really chill. Really he looks kind of intimidating, but he's really, like, really sweet. The only person that he's really short with is Basil, because Basil is so annoying. So Cersei is, like, the preacher leader, and then Basil is the one who handles, like, plants and, you know, like, vegetables, fruits and vegetables and flowers and everything like that, and he dyes his hair with, like, natural made dye from the flowers that he grows. And the whole thing with the universe of my comic is like, it is like as a post-zombie apocalypse kind of universe, or just a post-apocalyptic universe, because zombies are, you can call them a zombie, sure, but it's basically like plants infected people. So plants are infected themselves and they start to like mutate, and he can tell when a plant is starting to mutate. So people are kind of wary of Basil because he works so closely with the plants, but ultimately they all benefit from what he does, which is like growing the fruits and vegetables for them. So he does good work. And he usually, I do draw him with his cape. He has a cape that's covered in plants, which it's disgusting and it stinks so bad, and it's covered in like dirt and mud and compost, and plants are growing on it, because he kind of has like this harmonious relationship with the plants. Like, he can tell when they're starting to become infected, and he will cull the plants that are not, you know, that are not healthy. So he has this like idea of like, you know, I can control this, but he's also not too, like, he doesn't have like hubris about it. He's not overly confident. He just knows what he's doing, you know. He has a green thumb. So this is Basil. He's annoying and gay, and yeah. He's annoying and gay, and he annoys Cersei and whatever. And Cersei thinks he's so annoying, but also hot. But also really annoying. So I love these guys. And, you know, Basil, it's like the whole thing of like, Cersei loves his personal space. Basil also loves Cersei's personal space. So there's Basil again. This is more recent. I drew this with colored pencils because I did start to color this page with alcohol markers, and then obviously I had to cover that up. Sorry, I got a notification. Obviously I had to cover it up on the other side, like I said, so I covered it up with colored pencil. And so there's my sweet Basil. Here's Ilya again. This is Ilya, like, freshly after they fused with the unicorn, because obviously they were a person. They were an elf before they turned into this unicorn being. Also, I tested drawing them with a spiral horn, because just wanted to test out. And Ilya loves being a unicorn, so they're Like, this is like gender euphoria, you know? And there's him standing up like a baby calf, you know, when baby calves really struggle to stand. So, that's Ilya. That's Ilya and that's Basil. Okay. Okay. Sorry, this is really interesting. I don't know how I'm gonna do this. Basically, I think I'll just gloss over, right? This is where I had to start covering things up, and if I was still working on the sketchbook, I'd probably cover more up now. But basically, big lore drop. Also, probably should have put a warning at the beginning of the video. Like I said, this is like a really personal sketchbook to me, and I treat these videos kind of like diaries almost. They're like check marks in my life since I started making these. And just some crazy stuff happened to me this year. So I started this sketchbook in January, towards the end of January, and then at the end of January, very beginning of February, I went from being in a relationship to being single of my own accord. I did that. And over the the time since then, I've had a lot of time to process everything that happened, and obviously before then I had a reason to get out of that relationship, and just realized that it was just not a good relationship. It was really unhealthy. It was really bad for me, and I'm really happy now. I'm so happy. I'm so happy being a single lady, and I just feel so much joy, and I feel really sad for myself and how I was in that situation, and that's all wrapped up in a pretty little bow, you know? Long story short, I was in a bad relationship and I left, and now I'm really good now. But the thing is, being in a bad relationship, being in a toxic relationship, I felt like I was in a cage, you know? I was being isolated, and I was being held isolated and against my will, kind of. So the thing is, being in that cage, you get so used to being in the cage that when you finally get out of there, you panic a little and you want to go back in. So directly after the breakup, I had that momentary panic and fear of things changing, and I was like, oh my god, what did I do? And I started freaking out and thinking I had to get myself back in that cage. And thank goodness I did not. Thank goodness that did not happen. It was a tough couple weeks of that, but then when I realized at the end of those couple weeks that I felt really good being out of that cage, I felt really good being on my own. I no longer had a leash on. I no longer had to feel this pressure to be alone and be away from everybody and be only with one other person, and not having really, it's being alone but also having no alone time, you know? I was by myself, but I was with somebody else. I was alone with somebody, and I didn't like it. And once I had time to really process that and be wait, I'm really happy where I am right now, it was hallelujah, I got my brain back. Hallelujah, she's back, she can think again. So this, for the first couple weeks of February, it was just a weird time for me. Honestly, it was just so weird. I was just in a weird state. I've been in a weird state for so long before then, because it's we're just gonna hold on this page for forever while I'm talking about this, so really buckle in and sit down with a snack or something. We're gonna sit here. And so basically, I feel like a lot of people can relate to this. Whenever you see people online talking about how they've been in a situation where it's really funny. This is the page we're sitting on too. Sorry. Oh my gosh. When I'm gonna close the sketchbook. So when people talk about being in a situation where they've been groomed and they've been hurt, you think that sucks for them, but that could never happen to me. And that's not true. You just don't realize when you're in that situation until you can step back and look at it and really assess it. I don't want to cry during this video, but it's hard. It's hard from the inside to know that you're there. It's hard when you're the frog in the pot of boiling water. It's hard to know that the heat has been turned up until you're literally boiling in it and you're dying. Like, it's tough. It's tough. So, it was a lot to process. It was a lot to go through. Realizing that that was the situation I was in, and that this, plethora of bad things had happened to me, and like, yeah, that's the name for what that is, and it still is hard to accept some of it, because it feels like, oh, well, other people have been through more than me. Other people have had this happen to them, but it doesn't take away that bad stuff also happened to me, It doesn't take away that I did, in fact, go through that. So, I won't go super in-depth because I feel like that's just trauma dumping on YouTube, and not everybody who sees this video who thinks it's a fun sketchbook tour is going to want to know that. But also, I am dedicated to sharing my experience now. I'm dedicated to sharing my feelings because I feel like I'm finally allowed to do that. Literally just yesterday, I finally blocked the person who was doing that to me. I've been trying to be nice and cordial and have like a friendship for a while because I felt bad. I felt bad to leave them, but it just got to the point where it was just like I couldn't do it, and it had been something I was contemplating for a while, and luckily they were gonna do it first, but I beat them to it on a couple places. So they were gonna do it because they were also mad at me for like just being a human being. Like, I feel like my personhood has never been respected, and they never respected that I had feelings and emotions, and that there was things that I wanted and things that I didn't want, and so they just got tired of me. They just got tired of me doing things that I wanted to do instead of doing things that they wanted me to do, and they were gonna block me, but I blocked them, and I sent them a letter saying that I, like, this is like, this is it, like, this is what happened to me, and I'm done keeping it contained. I'm done, like, being quiet about it, because there was, like, things that I didn't speak out loud because I didn't want it, I didn't want to upset them, but it was because I still had that part of me that had learned to not upset them, I had learned to care for their feelings, but it's like, I don't have to do that anymore, because truly this is how I feel, and I deserve to have my voice, and I deserve to speak, and I deserve to have, like, these experiences and share them, So I'm dedicated to doing that now. I'm dedicated to sharing it. So even if I'm trauma dumping a little, I'm not gonna dump the whole thing on everybody, because that would just be so much. But yeah, I'm really happy now. It's really cathartic being able to talk about it and being able to just get it out. And did a couple tears fall down my eyeballs? Yes, but it's not because I'm still hurting. It's because, it's like a bruise. It's like a bruise. You push on it and it's like, yeah. And I'm not crying for anybody else. I'm crying for myself, because I feel bad that I had to go through that. But not anymore. Not anymore. I'm in a much, much, much better place, and I could not be happier, and I love life. But yeah. So basically, we'll get back into the sketchbook now. I'm just gonna gloss over any drawings that I don't want to talk about. So you'll see them, and I'm just not gonna talk about them. They're just gonna be there. But yeah, I did cover some up. Oopsie, guys, don't look. I did cover some up because there was some that made me uncomfortable, because again, I was just in a different place. So I covered this up. This is my friend Haley's character Andromeda that I designed for her, and I wanted to draw Andromeda with longer hair. So that's that, and there's a silly Andromeda that I think Haley drew it, and then I just drew it again to put it there. And then this page, Summer Hiko Dried literally just ended. How y'all feeling? How's everybody doing in the audience? So this is my first time drawing that. Here's another long hair Andromeda. And then we got Link on the left, and then on the right, I struggled to feel inspired for a little bit after the breakup, because it's just like, it dampens you a little. Something bad happens to you, it gets you a little down. But I got back on that horse, don't worry about it. But I was trying to draw Dungeon Meshi characters as ladies, because I saw people doing that, and I was like, I want to do it, but not super happy with it, so it's whatever. Then here's Kabumisu and Kabumisu, and this is my character Indigo. I love them. I love Indigo. I love you. They're so silly. I love them very much. I've had Indigo for like so long, since high school, and Indigo and Adara, they had this whole story before that's like now it's being rewritten, but love them. I love them so dearly. They're my little babies. They're my little babies. Then here's more Ilya. These are really fun over here. I like those. And then here's another Ilya, and then we were watching Madoka Magica. So I drew Homura, and I felt like I was being a little too serious with this one, so I was like, I need to get more cartoony now, so that's a little more stylized. And then I love this page. So this has obviously Madoka Magica, there's Homura and Madoka, and I love that Homura, very, very cute. Here's like, Homura Madoka like beach day. Here's Mommy, who I think I've actually never drawn before. I think this is my first time. I love that Homura. This is like I referenced like a pose, and I just love the way it looks. I love the shape of it. And there's another Madoka right there. And these are like their side profiles. Then this one, we're back to being, you dip in art block a little bit, sometimes that's okay. I do like this Fallon though. I thought I made her thighs split out too much, but that's what happens when you curvy lady. So gotta respect it. Gotta respect the hustle. Here's Laios, there's another Fallon. I messed this up and then I came back to fix it and it's still not the best. So it's cool. Here's Basil. Basil being silly. I love drawing Basil in these just weird poses because Basil's just kind of like thin and lanky and a little bit tall, so it's fun to draw that lanky thing. And here's my characters. So this is Adara. There's Adara, there's Indy, there's Adara. There's Cersei and Basil, and then this is Iris. Iris is also in the cult. Adara and Indy are not in the cult, but they are. Iris is like the mother figure, older sister figure to the little girl who's like the head of the cult. So she's high up in there, but she's not that involved, honestly. She's like involved with the people who are in like the council, which would be Cersei, Basil. Iris would technically be involved. Kaio is kind of involved tangentially, and then there's also Magdalena and Rosemary. Maybe there's more, but that's who's in there right now. They all got like a job to do, so she's like the caretaker of Kaio, and Kaio's like the prophet, like I said. She's the eyes, basically. So there's a lot of me drawing my self-ship with Laios from Dungeon Meshi with my character Aki, so yeah. Which also, I thought about changing her name. I thought about changing Aki's name because when I named her, I made her like a year ago. When I named her, I was only thinking about like Itsutsumi and how she came from like the Eastern Archipelago. So I'm like, oh, that's where Beastmen come from. But then I was like, well, shit, they could be from anywhere, but her name is Aki now, and it's just kind of stuck, and really like it's kind of like pets. You can name a pet whatever you want, and that doesn't really mean that pet is that like nationality. Like my dog's name is Lola, but somebody else could have her and name her something completely other. Like if she was owned by somebody who lived in Japan, she would have like a Japanese name, or if she was owned by somebody in like a South American country, she would have a South American kind of name. Like it's like, yeah, pets, you name them based on where you are, and basically her mom was from the Eastern Archipelago, but because she's my Sona and I am not I'm not Japanese. She's not. But that's just where she was raised, and her mother, she was adopted. So that's where her mother named her, and that's just what she is. And she was named that because I'm pretty sure Aki, or her full name Akari, either one, maybe both, means like light or bright, and she has like a circle on like the bridge of her nose because she's a beastman. She's a calico cat beastman. She has a circle, an orange circle on the bridge of her nose that looks like the sun. So that's where that comes from. I promise you, I did not give her a name because I want to be anything other than what I am. I'm a very happy lady where I am, but she is my self-insert, so that's that. That is that. And yeah, obviously I ship her with Lio, so that's yeah, you know. I drew some poses here, so here's some of my characters, some Dungeon Meshi characters. Indy, Basil, there's Cersei, Lios, Cersei, there's Lios again. This is Blair. Blair's another one of my OCs, she's not in the cult. This is Magdalena, who's in the cult, and this is Marcel. I love that Marcel. She looks so pretty. This is another Madoka Magica spread that I adore. This is one of my favorite spreads in this sketchbook because I just love the pink and the purple spread. I got really inspired by an artist on Tumblr. Their name is Umbreon. I'll put their name on the screen. So I was inspired by their art when I was doing this, especially because their work is just so gorgeous. Like, go look at it. Go look at it now. It is so pretty. It is so filled with textures, and like no part of the canvas is unutilized, and I really want to reflect that in my own work. But I love the way that they draw Madoka Magica especially. So this was like inspired by that, drawing Madoka Magica. So there's Mio, Madoka, and Homura, and I love this spread. I love how full it is. I love everything about it. It is so beautiful. And Lio spread, this is maybe the least favorite spread of the sketchbook because I was just struggling to draw him for some reason. I don't know why. I just like, sometimes it'll hit me that's like, this is not Lio's. What am I doing? Like, I'm drawing him and it's not him. But I don't know. I figured it out eventually, obviously. So this is some Limar or Lysil. I love them. It's maybe my favorite. I think it probably, I don't know. Kawamisu's really in the running. This might be my favorite ship in Dungeon Meshi. They're just so cute together. I know that there's some people out there that are avid haters, and I don't think that y'all have actually read the series. I'm gonna be so honest with you. So I just love them. I think they're really cute and silly, and I love this one where they're dancing. They're very sweet. This like Romeo and Juliet. Wow, love it, love it. So here's Ilya, and this is Iblis. So this is my Bicorn Beastman character, as I love a good horse. I love a good horse. So obviously when there's the bicorns and the unicorns, I'm gonna have to do it. Maybe I should make a Kelpie next. Guys, what do you think? Maybe next sketchbook you'll see it. Yeah. Ilya and Iblis, they're like foils of each other. Because Ilya loves, this is me drawing them as centaurs, so, but they're foils of each other because Ilya loves being a unicorn and Iblis hates being a bicorn. They view it as like it's a chain attaching them to that part of themselves, and they hate it very much. So they're foils of each other in that way. And also because unicorns and bicorns are already foils of each other anyway. Another Lio spread, I love this. Some of these are obviously worse than others because I came back and did better. So like this was, I didn't like it, and I didn't like this one. But I came back and I just kept adding Lios over like the course of this sketchbook. Like this was from February, and this is from June. Like, you know, over the span of months I kept adding more Lios. And here's like Kobold Lios. Here's like what Kobold Lios would actually be like, because, you know, they draw him as this little dog, and I'm like, he'd just be a silly dog, really, actually. But you gotta love it. You gotta love it. And I do like how that Lios looks up there. I covered this one up because I thought it was really ugly. I was trying to experiment with drawing more in like Pulp Juice kind of style, like taking inspiration from their style. So that's what that was over here, just like an experimentation. And then here's more of my characters over here. So there's like, you know, Indy, Adara, Basil, and there's Cersei. This was Cersei and I didn't like it, so it's covered, it's gone. Here's more Lives and Aki. There is like, I don't know if you can see the ghost of a drawing under here. I hated it, so I erased it and replaced it with something better. I really like the silly faces up right there. So cute. And also there's like a drawing over the paper there. This is like him feeling out how her spine connects to her tail, because he's weird like that. And there's obviously me grabbing on his breasts. So, and then here's Dara and Iris down there. I really do like this Lios as well too. There's Bruno. I drew this. This is my friend Haley's birthday. So I drew Bruno for her birthday. happy birthday, Haley. Happy birthday, Haley, 6 months later. Yeah, that's Bruno. I really do like the way this looks. I thought about coming back and filling up the space here, but this was like, I referenced a photo of like a guy on a subway, so this was supposed to be like a whole kind of scene thing, and I wasn't gonna fill in the scene because there's not really very much of the scene to be looking at anyway. Like, it's just like a seat, and then like this is a window, you know? But yeah, this was just weird, odd space to fill up, so I just left it the way it was. This is me working out Rosemary over here. Rosemary is Basil's older sister. I do call them the weird twins, but they are not twins. But they are twins in the way that they're really weird at the same time. So this is me working out Rosemary. This is Basil, and there's Rosemary, because they're related. They look similar. This is me working on character concept for, I made a character. His name is Doe. He is a deer beastman, deer gnome beastman. I love to make a good beastman, guys. I love an excuse to draw like a hybrid kind of character. It's awesome. So yeah, this was me working on him. This was more like when I had his design more finalized, but I was experimenting with the idea there. And then here's more, I was kind of like stuck for ideas, so I was drawing more post references of Indy and Adara down there. And here's Doe again. This was when I was really starting to get him together. So there's more Doe, there's more Doe. More Doe. I love that guy. More Doe. His little wee wee is out here, guys. Don't look. Don't look, guys. Guys, don't look. I love how his deer legs look here, though. And I thought him and Chill Chuck would be a really fun and silly kind of pairing. So that's why I drew Chill Chuck over here. Then here's more Bruno, because that's Haley's guy. This was also around Haley's birthday. That's Haley's guy, and I love to draw him, really. He's not even my favorite character from JoJo Part 5, but like, he's really fun and good to draw, so I love to draw him. So yeah, there's that. There's a couple fun. I just moved my thing. Sorry, guys. So yeah, pose references. This is like, I love how this looks up here. This is so awesome and good. This is Andromeda kissing Bruno, because I thought that'd be funny. Then here, I saw somebody on Twitter drawing like the beach outfit of Laios from Daydream Hour with trans tape. I totally forget who it is, and I heavily doubt I could find it. But whoever it was, God bless you. So I wanted to draw it too. And then here's Fallon in like a feathery kind of dress. I did this with wax pastels. I don't know how I feel about it. I think it's just fine. I think it's just okay. Here's Lily and Iblis together. I referenced a pose of, it might have been Mary Kate and Ashley. It might have been Allie and AJ. It could have been either of those. It was some kind of sister duo, and so I drew them together here. Whoa. And I love the pose, but I was scared to do anything with this because I liked it too much to mess with it, but I should probably make it digital, because that would be awesome. And then here's Doe, and here's Aki, and this is when I was trying to get Aki's new outfit together, because I gave her an outfit when I made her, but it wasn't like a final like design by any means. I just needed her to wear clothes, but I was like, she needs to have honestly a more like efficient outfit for what she does, because it just didn't make sense with like her role. I'm all for like outfits that have utility to them in their design, rather than just like, oh, this looks cool. And I wanted her to have utility in her design, so I redid her outfit, and that's me trying to get that settled up there. And there's like their height difference, because there was this small little fella. There's Laios and Aki, and there's I love that Laios. I just love how that looks. And then here's Fallon and Marcel. I do like her squishing her cheeks here. Yeah, these are fine. So this is Yorkie. This is my character Yorkie. Here's Yorkie kissing Basil, and then kissing Doe as well. These are crack ships that make no sense. That would never happen in real life. But I wanted to draw him kissing people because I like Yorkie. Yorkie is my fella. He's not in the cult. So there's the cult, and then there's a different group that Blair from earlier. Y'all remember Blair? Flashback. She's also part of this group. They're called The House. They're based in Las Vegas mainly. They're based around like casinos and gambling and poker and and you know, all that good things. And Yorkie is part of that. So yeah, I do like the way this looks. He kind of accidentally looks like Bruno a little, but it's just because he kind of has a bob, and that really was not even intentional. I was trying to replicate these pictures of Pinterest that I saw of guys with the kind of long hair, and I think they were literally British, so I really don't know. Here's Miitopia. I got into playing Miitopia, and oh my gosh, that game is fun. I need to play more of it. It is so fun. Aki is a thief, and I think that is such a fun role for her, so here's me drawing her in a thief outfit. Here's Aki. Here's like Laios and Aki. I'm trying to think, did I digitalize this one? I don't think I did. But he's a, I think they're called a warrior. I think that's the role he is. So they're really cute together. They're really cute and sweet. And then Itsuzumi as well. I wanted to draw Itsuzumi being silly. She's like, I want to draw with big paws. This was also kind of inspired by Woombrion, because Woombrion also drew her with like these big paws, and I thought that was so awesome. So I wanted to draw that here. And also there was part where like, I think Aki was hanging out with like Laios or somebody, and Itsuzumi was like spying through the window, was like, Aki's my friend! And I thought that was so silly. So that's what that is. Here's more Laios and Aki, some more Miitopia over here. I did make these ones digital. Put it up! Also, now I'm thinking about it, I made the dough. Here, I made this digital. Put it up! Put it up, Willow, put it up! There you go. So yeah, I made that digital, very cute. There's more of it down here. This like a little, this was like after they were reunited, because you know, if you know Miitopia spoilers, you know, your party, you get with your first party, and then you get separated, and your second one, and then separated, and third one, then separated, and then you get reunited with all of them. And this is when they get reunited. I think Laios was like the last one that we were reunited with too, so it was really like full circle, because he was the first one and then the last one. And they had a good relationship. Not just saying that because that's my self-insert and Laios, but they had the most friendship out of anybody. So yeah, this is them, like, you know, they praise each other, and then this is like, you know, when they get back, she's cuddling up with him, and he's talking about when he, you know, his face gets taken off and put onto like one of the monsters, and he's like, it was actually pretty cool. And she's like, idiot. Don't do that again. So I love them. Wow, I really need to draw more Miitopia because it's just so fun. I did a couple Miitopia things digitally that I don't think I sketched them in the sketchbook, so I'm just gonna put them up here. I think there was 3. So here's 1, and here's 2, and here's 3. And those are really fun. I really, really, really like the way that those look, and I want to keep doing more. Got some Kabumisu, some Kabru. Just kind of, I was trying to get more experimental with my art style and really try to lean more like stylized and cartoony, and I still am, because that is just like where I think I want to go with my art. I think for like the last year I've been trying to improve, so I've been leaning into a more like, not realism, but a more realistic kind of style, and I want to lean back into cartoony because that's where I wanted to go in the first place. But you have to get the fundamentals down before you can do that, so that's what I've been did. Here's me drawing Aki over here in a couple of outfits. So this was inspired by that one girl from Soul Eater, one of the sisters that has the low-rise pants. So that was that, and then this was an outfit I was wearing during the summer. Here's just Aki, very cutie. These were also in the dough, the digital dough. I drew him as a centaur for fun too. He's just this funny guy. I love this spread. Another top spread in this sketchbook. Whenever like you see the strings in the middle, you know, this is one page, you know, that's one page. So I would be like trying to lean into that and try to spread it across the whole page, and this was one of them. This is like kind of right in the middle of the sketchbook, it feels like. And so I did this. This is really good. I should probably put a warning for Dungeon Meshi spoilers at the beginning of this video, because there is. I've read all of Dungeon Meshi like twice now, and I'll make it 3. Trust, I will make it 4, even 5, even. So this is Laios, you know, in like his monster form, holding the desire. I love how this looks. I think it looks so silly. And I did like the rainbow in the background, and it just looks great, and I love it very much. And then there's a couple more Laios over here. This was referencing, I think it's Venus, like that painting. it's good. I love this spread so much. And then this is me drawing Laios with, like, I got these, the multicolored pencils for, like, you know, when you turn it, like the rainbow ones where it draws in different colors. So I drew Laios up here. I don't really know how I like these ones down here, but these ones up here are good. Like, he looks very munchable, biteable there, to be honest with you. So here's the little girl who's like the prophet. This is her when she's younger. She's a little older than this. She's still a kid, but I wanted to practice drawing a toddler, basically. So there's her when she was really little. There's her when she was a baby, flipping you off, because she's just like that, you know? Here's more Aki. I think I, like, had a bad hair day, and then I had a good hair day immediately after that, and that was that. I got a new outfit. I went thrifting, and I literally thrifted this outfit, and oh my god, it ate so bad. It ate so hard. I wish it was, no I don't. I was gonna say I wish it was summer so I could still wear it. I don't like when it's warm, but I do like wearing that outfit. So, it's a cute one. Okay, I got these, I think the first time I used them is in like a page or 2 or 3 or something. But I got these crayons from TikTok. I'm sure if you were on the other side of TikTok, you saw these things. The big silky crayons. And I had to, every time I used them, I had to use this clear, like, you know, this transparent paper to cover it up. Otherwise, it would transfer to the other side. So that's that. This is what I use for these. This is him with his cape. Usually the cape is a little more sparse than this, but I really wanted to draw all fluffy and fun. So I love how this Basil looks. He just is so pretty. Basil's so gorgeous. And this is Rosemary over here. The thing is, they're the weird twins. They're also hot as they're so hot. So here's Rosemary. She's beautiful, beautiful lady, beautiful lady. This is me drawing with the multicolored pencils here. There was a few different ones. I got like a set of like 10 or 12. So they had all different kind of color combos. So I was just testing them out here. You know, I drew Marcel and Fallon, and this is long hair Laios here, and Laios and Mithrin and Ilya. Just good stuff. Okay, this is when I got the crayons. So I thought they were similar to oil pastels. Rather than my wax pastels, because my wax pastels are drier. They really are more like a traditional kind of crayon, just like more high quality. While oil pastels are wetter, and this did feel like it was going to be wetter, and they are, but they are still different. So whenever I practice using my oil pastels, I drew my Persona Bloom, and this is Bloom, and so I thought I would try to do that with the crayons. But then I was like, I'm gonna try to do something else. So this is Aki, and I love how that looks. This is more her like cat-like. I thought about drawing her like a chimera, and I thought if she ever did, sorry, just me hitting my setup over and over. So I thought if she ever did become a chimera, she would probably just like be more cat-like. So that's what that is. And I love how that looks. Here is Laios with the big breasts. Laios and Aki, this is her opening her mouth so he can look in her mouth. They're so weird. He's so hot, and I think that Steel Ball Run got like announced around this time that it was going to be made in anime, so I drew Gyro and Johnny because I haven't drawn them in ages. So there they are. More Basil. I like this page more than I like this page, so that's that. I love drawing Basil in weird positions. Like I said, this is fun. Yeah, I feel like I did some things weird on this page, but I got better on this one. So I love Basil though. He's pink and green is my favorite color combo, so I can't hate. Here's Ilya on this page, and then Iblis on this one. What the heck happened to this paper here? I don't know. Yeah, I love this Iblis. I loved how I worked with the colors here. This is the crayons again. And I love this one. Like, I love the blue and the cream and the hair with the gray. It is just so gorgeous. Oh my gosh, it is so gorgeous. Laios and Aki again. Love. I love them. I love how Laios looks here. I love it. I referenced a lot of poses off Pinterest because, like, when I wasn't inspired to do anything, I would just be like, I should just find a picture and just draw it. which maybe I should start doing that again because I am so uninspired it's not even funny. So here's more Dajimeshi. I really love the kind of style I was leaning into here, and I think I want to continue kind of drawing with this kind of style because it is just so fun. Like, it's a little more cartoony, and I love that. I love how the side profiles look here. I love how I draw Marcel specifically. So here's like Marcel and Itsuzumi like trying to brush her teeth because I think also around this time I was trying to think about brushing my dog's teeth. And I just think it's a funny thing. And there's like, you know, Itsuzumi bringing Marcel a dead mouse. Here's like Marcel, Laios and Marcel down there. And here's Itsuzumi and Marcel, and I love this. This reminds me of like art that I made when I was in high school a little, which is mainly just because of the black and yellow. I was in 10th grade. I was in AP art, so I was in AP art, and specifically my focus, if you were in AP art, I don't even know if it works the same anymore, but there was 3 different focuses. You could do like 3D art, 2D art, or illustration. And so for my first year I did 2D art, so I was really focused on, or 2D design, so I was really focused on like the design aspect of it. You know, it wasn't really about like hatching and brush strokes and all that. It was about like more of the shape kind of aspect of it. So I did really shapy work in like black and white with yellow, and that's what this reminded me of here, because it also included a cat. So I don't know, kind of reminded me of that, and I really like how that looks. That was with colored pencil. I love the texture of it. Gorgeous. Here's Ilya and Iblis. So I had to fill in the space here because I thought it was empty, so I just kind of scribbled. But yeah, here's like Iblis with like the chain motif, because Iblis has a chain motif. There's like them chained up there. And Ilya, I did this with colored pencil too. This is a little bit of fun stuff. So here's Chobits. I really like Chobits. I think that to some people it's kind of controversial, which I think is just because it's kind of like the main character is a pervert, which is like, fair enough, yes he is, but to me he's a very kind of respectful pervert, you know, like he's weird and stuff, but he doesn't like, he's not like, I feel like other main characters who are perverted will just go around like groping people, and he doesn't do that. Like, he's just a perv, and you gotta respect a boy who's a perv. I don't know, I respect all perverts out there. Respect. So I just love it. I love the ending of Chobits. Spoilers for Chobits, I'm about to spoil the whole thing, but I love the ending where, like, even though he is a pervert, which I feel like all of that build-up of him being a pervert is just for like the ending to really pay off. And also, Chobits is made by women, guys. Who do you think do you think they are? So I feel like it really wraps up the ending so nicely when it's like the whole climax of the story is like, you know, if you want Chi, you could never be intimate with her, because if you know Chobits, her power button is in a very private area. So it's like you could never be intimate with her, because the second you touch her here, it's gonna reset her and she'll lose all her memories and she won't be Chi anymore. So if you want her, you can never do that. And Hideki, the main character, basically says, like, I don't care if I can't be intimate with her. Like, it's not about that. I like Chi because she's Chi. It doesn't matter if we can never do that. I just want to be with Chi. And I thought that was so sweet, and I think that's really the epitome of like loving somebody, is like you don't need them for what they could give you. You don't need you don't need them because of their body. You don't need them because I need their body to please me. I need them to please me. It's I love you because I want you near me. And I think that is just such a beautiful concept, and I think Chobits gets so much hate because it's an older anime and it's perverted, but they're so cute. Oh, but they're so cute. And then here's Spice and Wolf, because I watched Spice and Wolf and I adored that too. These are both, I have an anime tier list, and these are both in my S tier. I might throw up my tier list. Here it is. Go ahead and judge me. S tier is my favorites. I think that they're beautiful, and they're also in order. So like the first one is my ultimate favorite, and then the last one is my least favorite. And you know, you guys can pick on me for that one, but yeah. I love Chobits. I love Spice and Wolf. I think they're just beautiful shows. Then this was me working. This basically is the comic. I was working on this while I was in like a coffee shop. I think this was after I had a dentist appointment, and I was working on part 2 to a people pleasing comic that I made. I made the first one back in, I think, November, and at that time I was just in a very weird kind of state. Like I said, I had been, I ended that relationship at the end of January, but prior to that I had been in that relationship for years. So you can imagine what years of grooming does to an MF. So my headspace was not good, and basically my first part of the comic was me like willfully giving myself up for people and willfully cutting myself apart to feed as many people as possible. And that whole concept just makes me feel sick to my stomach now. I can't believe that I genuinely made that. Like, it was supposed to be a little bit unnerving, because I love concepts that are just a little bit unnerving, where you look at them and you feel kind of weird, but like, if you looked at my anime tier list a second ago, you would see some of the high-ranked animes can be kind of weird sometimes. I love weird stuff, but I love when it has a point. And that just felt like it was weird conceptually, but also the feelings that were behind it just made me feel like so gross, so icky. And I no longer feel that way. I no longer felt that way when I drew this second part. So this was more, reflecting on that and being like, you gave yourself, you were so used to doing this to yourself, to giving yourself up, but like, I won't pick you apart. I will take you entirely as you are. And it's me talking to myself. It's me talking to myself in the past and looking at, the me that was put on the table and butchered and torn apart and eating the rest of her. I'm the only one who can savor myself. I'm the only one who can fully have me for who I am. So it's kind of that, and it still is kind of weird and disturbing, because it's literally me eating myself, but and me kissing myself and stuff, and I loved that. So I'll throw the finished pages up. There's 3 pages. You can pause to read it. I'll leave it for a couple seconds so you can have time to pause, so you don't have to freak out, guys. Here it is. Page 1. Page 2. And this is the last one, short and sweet. So I love how this looks. I love this comic. I want to make more art like this. I want to make more meaningful stuff that's personal to me. And this was very personal. And I feel much better after making it. I feel like I got a lot of the point out that I needed to, and I love it. I love it. Love that we turned from something very personal and meaningful immediately into Laios and the assless chaps. So here he is. Here's Cowboy Laios. Love this guy very, very much. I love how this one looks, and I like how this one looks. What a fella. Oh, isn't it funny how he's sandwiched between a couple personal works? I really had to check if there's a page there. So this is another personal work. Gotta think if I can put this one up on the screen. I think I can, because it's metaphor enough. So I was thinking about doing a concept with a bunny and a wolf, where obviously it's like, I feel like a bunny is like the ultimate prey animal, to me, in my mind, is the ultimate prey animal, and a wolf is maybe not the ultimate predator, but in this situation, yes, it is. So we have a prey and a predator here, and I wanted to do this concept with them where, like, the wolf tears the bunny apart, and the bunny picks itself up and has to sew its belly back together and like stuff its organs back in, because I thought that was very poignant. I thought that was very indicative of how like it felt. So I want to experiment with this concept. This is a metaphor for something, and I'm not gonna, y'all can, art is meant to be interpreted, figure it out, I think I can put it up because I think it's metaphor just enough, but like, warning, it is like about a sensitive topic, so like fast forward like 10 seconds or so if you don't want to see it, but like I think it was 2 pages, so like here's page 1 and here's page 2. Okay, so that's that. That's Bunny and Wolf. I think I want to play more with these characters again someday. I think that'd be fun. Then here's Laios and Aki again. I wrote in the corner here, manifesting a healthy relationship with an autistic man who likes me. That's Laios. That would be Laios if he was in real life. I think he would he would definitely be autistic, and I think he would like me. So there's that. Also, just anybody though. Could be anybody. I'm not a picky lady. Here's why I feel like I'm advertising myself. I'm not. Here's here's rules card. I don't really like this page, but yeah, it's whatever. Here's Yorkie. I want to draw Yorkie with like his hair pulled back. So also, I don't feel I talked about this last video, and that doesn't mean you have to have watched that one. But I'm not gonna go into the big spiel that I did last time. Yorkie is a trans guy. He is just not. He hasn't transitioned like with like surgeries and stuff because the apocalypse happened before he could get into that. So he has the body he has, and if you don't like it, I don't even care. People look like this. Who even cares? Here's Yorkie. Not Yorkie. Here's Cersei. Here's Cersei and Basil. Here's like their dynamic here, where Basil's kind of teasing him and asking if his piercings hurt, and Cersei's like, I want to beat him with a hammer. I love Cersei. I love Cersei. Here's so around this time, so like I mentioned, I worked at Joann, and our last day, my store's last day, was the 25th of May, and then I think like I'm trying to remember, I think it was like 4 days after, I think it was on the 29th of May, I got a new job. I didn't start working there until the 9th of June though, but I did. They interviewed me, and then they liked me, and they snapped me up, and I was happy, and I'm still so happy. I love my job so dearly. But I had to go from dressing in like the same outfit every day, which was just like jeans and a t-shirt with an apron over it, to actually having like a diverse wardrobe and like dressing up and dressing business casual, which I love dressing up. I love dressing up, but it's just like my wardrobe obviously has not been catered to doing that for the last few years that I've been working at Joann. So I had to get some new outfits, and this was kind of like my ideas of like what I would want to wear. So yeah, that's me drawing that, and I was nervous but so excited, and I love it. I love my job so much. I love working there. Here's Life's Naki, some Utopia up here. I love this drawing of Indy. This is like so weird and beautiful. I love the shape of them. I love it. I love this Indy. Indy with a nosebleed. Just beautiful, beautiful over here. Okay, here's, I covered up both pages with the paper. This is Chris from Deltarune. I think this is just okay. I just wanted to try drawing them. Because I think Deltarune chapters, what, 3 and 4 came out around this time. So yeah, I drew Chris from Deltarune. Here's the day before my first day of work, and I drew like the outfit that I thought was going to be my first day here, but I actually wore this, which is basically the same, I just picked a different dress. And then here's Laios. I do like this one. I think that's cute. And there's Life's Naki in the corner. Here's more Deltarune. So obviously Chris, Susie, and then a couple Noels over here. I like have barely ever drawn Deltarune, so I just wanted to try. I just wanted to experiment with it. Here's Abby from The Last of Us, because she's so hot. And then I got into Clinical Trial. I heard about it, and I'd been wanting to play it for months. Like, I think since May I'd been wanting to play it, but I didn't play it until August. Which is because I was trying to, I also had a video to edit, which I believe is, the last video I posted is the taco salad video with my little brother. And I wanted to edit and post that first before I played Clinical Trial, because I needed the space on my computer, which it isn't even a very big game, but I wanted to have the space on my computer from deleting the videos that were like, the original files. That way I could have I could just, I don't need all the big videos. It's a lot of space you're taking up. So I needed to delete them to be able to play the game. And I finally edited it and posted it, so then I was able to download the game and play it. And I love Clinical Trial. I love it so much. Lee and Angel, wow. What a game. what a game, what some, you know, what characters we got here. So here's Basil over here. I was at like a family party reunion thingy, and this was the outfit I was wearing. There's me sitting in the chair drawing. This is me deciding if I wanted to get in the pool or not, and there was a dog there named Gracie, so that's her. I love this page! Oh my goodness. I love this page. This is all with Prismacolor pencils. Usually I sketch with Prismacolor color erase. This was no sketches, just going straight in with the Prismacolor colored pencils, and trying to have some line confidence here. And I love the shape of everything. Just Ilya and Iblis. I want to draw Ilya with a horse head, but they look more like a rhino, which is funny because I think rhinos is actually where unicorns came from. And there's like, with like the one Germa face where I think it was like, you look handsome today, and he says thanks and he makes that weird smile, so I drew Ilya looking weird like that. I love the shapes and colors of this so much. Then, oh, this is just back to back such good spreads going on over here. So this is more Lysil over here. This is like Laios is about to propose and he's freaking out, and more Lysil and Marcel just chilling and being like, what are you looking at me for? And he's like, wow, she's so pretty. And I imagine he overheats really easily, so she'd be very warm. And then here's Noelle, which I like this Noelle a lot. I love that she's such a quirked up white girl. She's so funny. Just, excuse me. Okay, girl. And then there's, Chriselle down here. Then Rousey. I really like when people draw Rousey with like a darker face, so that's what that was. And then I made a watermelon dog. His name is Melly, because I wanted my Sona to be able to date watermelon. So that's that. And here's more of Melly. There's Belly. It's Bloom and Melly together. Then here's more Aki. Me playing Horse Plinko on Roblox. More Aki. This is Aki wearing like a dress that I adore. I love so much. It's just a black dress, but I adore it. Then say what you want. I wanted to play around with transing Aki's gender. I thought it would be funny. Not permanently or anything, but I just thought it would be fun to draw. So that's that. That's just that. This is page just Aki if she were trans. Then more clinical trial. This is like week 6, and there's a little shrimp up here, and yeah, he's just Angel. I don't really like how this looks. I had an idea, and it just I don't know. Here's Chimera Fallon. I love this. I love it, the pink and blue. I think it looks great. I love highlighter yellow too. How beautiful. How beautiful. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. This is really fun. I referenced a photo or a post off of Twitter that was like a person holding a hammer, and they're like, "Fuck, everything looks like a nail." I'll try to throw it up. It's so funny. So I thought it would be funny to draw like Laios like that. Bug, everything looks like a monster. I love that. I drew it with the crayons again. I thought it was so funny. That was so funny. That was so fun. And then here's more Laios. It's like kind of like he's just looking down at you over here. And there's fat boy. He's fat. Then here's Lee. I dated the page 2023. I don't know what was going on in my head when I did that. This is Lee from Clinical Trial. This was somebody's AU. I don't know who it is on Twitter off the top of my head. But somebody had a Hunter AU for Lee, and I just wanted to draw him like that. And here's him, like, you know, he has bloody gloves, and he's like, I'm already going to hell. It's okay. And him with the doll, and he's just, what a guy. What a guy Lee is. And then I wanted to draw these. I didn't sketch these. I drew these with colored pencil. Straight up, I just wanted to draw Indy and Adara, and I was like, maybe I should draw them in like a more modern kind of universe for fun. So that's that. And Indy with the whatever kind of tattoo that's called. The only thing I don't like is I don't like how I did Adara's legs, but I didn't sketch these beforehand, so I can't even blame myself. I can't even blame myself for that. More Iblis. More Iblis. Iblis with the chain motif again. I love to draw them with chain. So fun. And this is another good spread. This is Andromeda again, but this time with like really long hair. Really fun. And then over here I had the idea to draw like a comic. I love drawing comics of Lysil. So it's like, you know, Lysil and Marcel, and she's like, I guess I'll have to cut my hair. He says, what? Why would you do that? And she's like, I just can't take care of it anymore. I can help you. What if it gets messy? I'll clean it. It can't look like this all the time. I'll style it. I can't ask you to do everything for me, but I don't mind. Your hair means so much to you, and are you eating my hair? No? I just like it. They're just silly. They're just silly. I just like that. Then this is Howl from Howl's Moving Castle. This is him like a slimy. He's slimy here. And then him in his like bird form over there. Which I honestly, guys, like crack theory from my head. I think Miss Ryoko Kuli was inspired by Howl's Moving Castle. Like Fallon is literally like a light version of Howl and a woman, if you think about it. Then this is, I just wanted to draw funky poses and get really loosey-goosey with it. So this is Mithrin, just for the whole spread. I love the shape of this, like very square, and this too. I love shape. I love shape. I love shape. I love form. So this is, I think they look awesome and awesome, so awesome and great. Then here's Marcel. Yeah. I like how she looks here too, from the side. I like drawing her with this kind of nose. It's really fun. Then, I think this is the last page. This is when I was getting sick too. So I think I'm a little bit sick. I was really sick. Yeah. I was really sick. This was Labor Day. And so yeah, there's me. Or here's Aki, but it's, you know, she's my Sona, it's me. This was like an outfit or a dress I was wearing a lot. I would wear it with tights, but she has furry legs, she can't do that. So, it's a really cute dress that I would wear a lot when it was warmer out. It still is warm right now, but when it was like, you know, summertime. And this is like also an outfit I wear to work sometimes when it's jean day. Some boot cut jeans with this like half sleeve turtleneck thing. And then this is an outfit I wear around the house. So the last spread is just all me basically. Well, I did it. I'm done now. I'm done now. That's it. I always leave a few pages at the end of the sketchbook, like always, because that's just what I do. That's just what I always do. And then, you know, maybe someday I'll come back and I'll want to tear this paper out and use it. I don't even know. I don't know. But that's it. That's the sketchbook. It took me a while to complete. I thought it would take me less time, but I was mistaken. It was just, you know, I didn't expect to do both sides of the page, so that took me longer, and then also just what a life I have lived doing this sketchbook. So from the end of January to the beginning of September is basically, what is that, like 7 months or something, to do that sketchbook. This is my current sketchbook. I'm really trying my darndest not to like abandon it because the paper, I can't use my colored pencil on it. Like this is with my colored pencil here, and it's like, it's fine, but it's just not the same. So either I'm gonna have to get used to it, or I'm gonna have to adapt and start doing different stuff. Like I tried to do ballpoint pen here, and I don't know if I like drawing with ballpoint pen very much. Don't look at that. And this is with like, I used like Crayola super tip marker, and then I went over it with pen, and I just don't know. I feel like I have to start drawing with like regular colored pencil. Maybe this will be the sketchbook that I stop sketching and I just go all in and I see what I can do, because I feel like that's what I'm gonna have to do. If I'm gonna want to draw in this sketchbook, I'm just gonna have to do it, because regular colored pencil doesn't look bad, but the color ace, it's just difficult. Like this is my test page here, and regular colored pencil doesn't show up bad at all. So I don't know if you can even see that. It's up way up there. But they don't look bad. So maybe I'll just give it and I'll start doing that instead, and not worry about sketching and just go. And honestly, that might be good practice for me. So maybe that's gonna be my lesson. I'm still filling in the cover here. I've been building it up. I've saved a couple spaces because I kind of wanted to get like a clinical trial sticker, but I'm still deciding where I want to buy it and who I want, what I want. But I love the stickers I have here. I got these ones as a gift and I quite like them. I can't remember the artist right now, but I love them. And this was included with these two. These are just so pretty. And then this came with, I got a little cheese dog plush. I supported an artist, I think it was a Kickstarter, and I got a cheese dog plush and it came with this sticker, very cute. And I got Kabumisu plushies and they came with some stickers. So this is the Kabumisu sticker. And then this is Mimi and Neko, which I use their stickers a lot in my Hobonichi, in my journal. And I love them, so I put them here. These stickers are more transparent than I thought they were going to be though, so it's whatever though. And here's, what's their name? Sugar Cubs. I don't even know what they're from, but I find them so cute and they're pink and green. My favorite color combo. My favorite color combo. And there's another bat soup sticker down there. So yeah, I can't remember the artist name for these. I'll put it up. I'll put up that artist. And this is, I'll put up the name of this artist too. Here. And this one. So there you go. And these ones just came with zines that I bought. So I bought the Genja Machine Melting Pot zine, and this was on the outside of the package, and I peeled it off, and then this was on the outside of one of the things inside this zine, and I peeled it off and I stuck it on here. Because if you're giving me a sticker, I'm gonna use it. So yeah, by the time you see the sketchbook next, this will be filled in, and maybe even the back, depending on how crazy I'm feeling. But yeah, hopefully I can adjust to this sketchbook, and then next time I'll get a nice mixed media one, and I'll be really happy. So, but yeah, that's it. Thank you for watching this video. If you watched all the way through, I know it was such a video, especially if you're anybody but a friend of mine or myself, because I watched these again later. You're probably like, damn, that's crazy. And that's okay. Thank you for no judgment though, no judgment. This was just a very personal sketchbook to me, and if you watch my other sketchbooks, they're really not nearly as personal as this one was. So I am really happy though. I'm really happy with this sketchbook. I think I made a lot of nice stuff, and I am happy just in general right now. I feel so good, and I'm about to get really good and delicious food tonight. So I am stoked. I'm stoked, and I'm really excited for the future. And yeah, and I'll see you guys again. I think maybe in the next video I post will be, after this one will be a video with my little brother, because I still have a video of us going to Pizza Ranch, which really we only have maybe 30 seconds of footage inside a Pizza Ranch, and then we went to an antique store, and it was really fun, and I really want to edit that video and post it. So that might be the next one on my channel, and then after that maybe another sketchbook tour, maybe something totally other. I don't know, maybe another cooking video with Jace. We'll find out. But yeah, thank you. This recording is over an hour long, so we'll see how long the video is. But thank you for tuning in. I'll see y'all again. And good night and kisses. Bye bye.